How you doing, YouTube? This is Gunnery Sergeant 67 bringing you another YouTube video. Today's YouTube video is going to be on my bug out bag for 2025. Alright YouTube, let's get into it. So, the one thing I want to clear up right off the bat, a bug out bag is meant to get you from point A to point B, preferably your bug out location. And I am very fortunate that I have a bug out location. My bug out location is about 24 miles away on the outskirts of town, about 20 miles outside of the city that I live in. So now a lot of people with their bug out bags, they stick everything in the biggest possible bag that they can find. And I mean everything, including the kitchen sink. That is not what a bug out bag is intended for. If you're going to put everything that you can, for any scenario that you can think of, into a bag and take it with you, that is not a bug out bag. That is called an inch bag. I'm never coming home bag. This isn't it. At my bug out location, I have an inch bag. And in my inch bag, I've got everything that I do not have here. I have solar generators. I have a gasoline generator. I've got extra weapons. I've got my AR-15. I've got one of my shotguns, one of my Ruger 10/22s, along with ample ammo for all of them. To include food, water purification, first aid, all the creature comforts that I can possibly fit into my inch bag is pre-staged at my bug out location. And my bug out location does have security because it is has some family that are there. So I don't have to worry about someone roaming onto the property, busting in and all that other stuff. I've got individuals there that look after my things. So now moving on into the contents of the bag itself. My bug out bag is a 511 Rush 100. This is a 60-liter bag. It has plenty of room. Addition to that, it has very well built straps, nice and thick and padded. It also has a waistband that's nice and padded, that fits on your hips nicely, and it takes a decent amount of weight off your shoulders, so you can actually hump or ruck with this rather comfortably. Once this bag is packed with everything on here, inside of here to include water, this bag weighs just a tad bit less than 50 pounds. It weighs 49 pounds and 49.8 pounds. So for me, that's pretty comfortable. So like I said before, my bug out location is 24 miles away. So I have a multi-day plan in order to get to my bug out location. But anyways, that's the pack. The 511 Rush 100. All right, what I have in this pack right here is my CamelBak water bladder. It's a 100-ounce water bladder, and I've used it numerous times, and it is an awesome piece of gear. Addition to that, I've got my Pathfinder's cup and 32-ounce water bottle. That way, if I have to purify water during my bug out, I can go ahead and put the dirty water into the canteen water bottle, heat it up, boil it, purify it from any harmful bacteria, and then I can go ahead and pour it into the canteen cup or pour it straight into the water bladder after it's cooled. Additionally, if I don't got that time, I've got a second way of purifying water, which is my life straw. So I can go ahead and stick it into questionable drinking water or a questionable water source, and then just drink directly from it and I'll be fine. So my next thing that I'm taking with me is 4 MREs. Each one of these MREs is about 1,500 calories, and my plan is to have the most minimum amount of stopping. So I'm planning on, at the longest, 3 days, 8 miles a day. Preferably that first day I'll actually ruck farther. That way the second or third day, if it lasts longer than that, is significantly less humping or rucking. So me personally, I don't want to stop and forage for food or hunt for food. I want to eat while I'm rucking. That way I'm not wasting any time. I'm continuously moving towards my bug out location. So I've got 4 MREs. So next, I've got 100 feet of paracord, this outdoor gear paracord, and it's the type of paracord that has the wax jute twine along with the monofilament for fishing line. Additionally, I have a fire kit right here. I've got a lighter. I've got an Exotac ferricium rod. I've got a small Phoenix flashlight, and then I've got another water filter. This one is a Pioneer water filter. Same concept as the Life Straw. You stick this into questionable water source and then you drink. And then I've got some storm-proof matches, and I've got a wet fire if for whatever reason I have to make a fire, especially in wet conditions. And then I also keep a blade in here, which is my CRKT Squid Compact. I reviewed this. This is an awesome little knife. All right, so right here, I've got a couple of lighting options. I've got the Olight Seeker 4. This thing is mega bright. If you've ever dealt with any Olight, you know it's a quality product. This has over 4,700 lumens. And if you set it on low, I think it's something like 50 lumens, and it'll last something like over 7 days. So plenty of light there. And then I've also just got a plain Energizer headlamp with all the functions. That way if I need hands-free. Additionally, just for the heck of it, I'm going to be bringing some form of fishing kit, a micro survival fishing kit from Rule the Wasteland. So I've got a review on this on my channel. I'm not going to pop it open, but if for whatever reason I get caught out with out in humping or rucking longer than I wanted to, I'll have the ability to fish. I live in North Florida. Fishing, the ocean, streams, lakes, ponds are abundant. So that's my lighting option. I've just got a Schmog. That way if I've got to utilize this as a face covering or a head covering or anything like that, I've got a Schmog. Next, I have my first aid kit. I keep it in this plastic waterproof bag, but I've got some water purification tablets. One tablet purifies 1 liter of water. I've got a little bag of like Band-Aids and Neosporin and alcohol wipes and things like that. I've got some trauma bandages. I've got 2 of them. I've got an H compression combat dressing here, and I've got just like an ACE wrap along with a trusty tourniquet right here. So that is my medical kit that I bring with me. For shelter, I have this Snug Pack jungle hammock with mosquito netting. I'm not going to take this out because it is a pain in the butt to put it back in here, but I've used it a couple times. It's great. Keeps you off the ground, keeps the mosquitoes off of you and other critters off of you. Additionally to that, this is my poncho. Now, you can use this poncho exactly what it's used for, putting it on and keeping the rain off of you, but this will not be my first choice to keep me dry. This will be utilized in tandem with my Snugpak hammock. This will be utilized as a tarp over that to keep the rain off of me. Right here is my Wooby. Any man or woman that has been in the military knows what a Wooby is. It's basically like a blanket. I would utilize this in my Snugpak jungle hammock to keep me warm. Right here, I have my Gore-Tex bottom and top. I live in North Florida. It rains a lot. So this will keep me drier than any poncho, any umbrella, or anything like that is going to be these Gore-Tex. So Gore-Tex bottom and Gore-Tex top. Right here to keep me warm is just a military surplus black fleece. It's nice and warm. It's perfect for here in North Florida. Addition to that, I've got some thermal underwears, top and bottoms, I can put up underneath my clothes. Right here, I've got a set of 511 tactical cargo pants and a 511 shirt, a set of underwear, and an extra pair of socks. All right, over to here, I've got a set of black wool glove inserts along with some black leather gloves. You put these inside of here and you'll keep your hands warm. I've got a black wool watch cap, keep your head cool. All right, now over to here. My knife, I've got two cutting implements. I've got the Ka-Bar BK7. This is a fabulous knife. It's a perfect size for my main knife. It's durable, it's sharp, it's robust. It's 1095 curl band steel. It's easily sharpened. It's a great knife. My smaller knife is this Benchmade knife. This thing is an outstanding knife. I love it. This would be doing the majority of my tasks I would need. And then this right here is my Smith's ceramic knife sharpener. Little widget knife sharpener. Right here is my compass. That way I can go ahead and get around once I get outside of my city and outside of Florida. I can use my compass along with maps at my bug out location to get me around if I need to. All right here is all my weapons cleaning gear for pistols and rifles. I do have cleaning gear at my bug out location, but just in case, I bring it along to maintain my pistol. This is a Bianchi holster that my Glock 35 will be riding in when I'm bugging out. Addition to my pistol, I've got 5 magazines with up to 65 rounds in them, and then I would be bringing an extra 50 rounds with me, which gives me a total of 115 rounds, and I think that would be more than enough to get me from here to my bug out location. I will not be looking for any trouble. I'll sit down there and be taking back roads, less used roads, and I'll be trying to avoid all possible contact with anyone so I don't get myself in any situation that I don't want to be in. So, all right, that is my 2025 bug out bag. And I would like to end on the note that my whole purpose, if I have to bug out, my first thing that I would try to do would be to drive to my bug out location. I do not want to ruck or hump, or however you say, getting from point A to point B. My primary plan is to take this bag with all of this equipment, throw it in my truck. I put my Glock in my Bianchi holster and a couple of magazines on my battle belt, and I jump in my truck and drive the 24 miles to my bug out location. But if I can't, then I will ruck/hump the 24 miles to my location. So, all right, YouTube, this is my complete 2025 bug out bag. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you like this content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And in the comments below, let me know what you like, what you don't like. Is this a solid bug out bag? Am I missing anything? Should I take anything out? Should I add anything? Let me know in the comments below. All right, YouTube, this is Gunnery Sergeant 67. I'm out.